Hi, this is David again, and today I will show you how to install and synchronize beta 2 of SprinxCRM OutlookSync for Remember the Milk. Okay, well, I assume that this is a clear installation of Windows, so there is no previous version, because if you would have the previous version of OutlookSync, that it should update automatically. If this doesn't happen previously, for example, from beta 1 to beta 1.1, you should go to program files and control panel and uninstall those two programs and install beta 2 or run installation from this point. Okay, so well, yeah, I have like fresh Windows 7 installation. So to install, I simply click this install button and run the setup exe from published by Spring Systems, which is correct. I simply run it, and because this is a fresh installation, I haven't installed those two prerequisites before. I had to I have to download them and install them, which is done automatically, but I have to accept that. And when the first installation starts, user account control pops up and asks me whether I would, which is exactly what happened, and ask whether I allow the following program to make changes to this computer. I click yes, and that that prerequisite is installed. It's installed now. Well, so what's new in beta 2? There are two major things, and this is support for remember the milk lists, and this is the first thing, and the second, support for Outlook categories and remember the milk tags. Okay, so that's the other pop-up, so I will guess. So how it works, in Outlook we have the default task folder, which corresponds to default remember the milk task list, and each other task list is synchronized as a subfolder of that default Outlook folder. Okay, so now we're installing the Outlook sync. So I click install. This is just a wrapper that starts, run in tray, and yes, and then the add-in is install, which is the actual synchronizer. Okay, so to install. Okay, that's great. So everything has been installed. Now it starts. Okay. So yes, seems that everything works. So let me go to remember the milk. And I will use my testing account. Okay, so yeah, because I haven't set up the synchronization, it reminds me to set it up now. So what I will do is I click here the connector, and I have to open remember the mail to allow access, and then I click this button. So I will click this, which will open the default browser for HTML file, which is Internet Explorer 8 in my case. So okay, I will use this. I will go here to my testing account, and let's see what. Yes, so I have authorized the application, which is great. So now I can return back and click here. Okay. What is happening now? That's trying to connect to remember the milk. Yes, and when everything is okay, this gets clicked, checked, and then I may click OK. It's set up now. So if I go to my remember the milk to see how I have it configured, it's like this. Okay, so I have this smart list here with all the tasks. I will not, this beta 2 version doesn't support smart lists. Okay, they just are ignored, but it will be supported in the next version, which will be probably release candidate 1 in about 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, so I am having here the default task list with this task, then a personal list with this task, and other lists and tasks. Okay, so going back to Outlook, that should be all empty because it's really just okay. So there are no tasks here. Okay, so I will run the synchronization. I'll call this. So I will run this, and now the start is a little bit slow. It's doing few things in Outlook and connecting to remote milk. And then after a while, okay, you see that that's got synchronized. Okay, and then here is the result, so we can see what synchronized or changed. And now if you go to tasks, we see that here we got those lists as subfolders of the default task folder, right? And they are the same, right, as here. And obviously, if I do something here, I change due date here, and then in personal I add some categories, or I will add categories to all of the tasks. Okay, so we see what's happening. And in work it's all the time what category, right? Okay, so now let's run it again. Okay, so now it's uploading the changes from Outlook to remember the milk. Well, now it told me that this was changed in remember the milk. So if I click hello remember the milk now, then I see this. I've changed the due date, and then I can see those categories here, right? So that's it. Okay, so that's beta 2. It's working like this, and well, let me change those. Change tag tags here. So you will see that this change back as well. Once I've changed it in work, I've added important to categories. Okay, and now we see the important category is added as well. Okay, so that's it. I hope that you will find it useful, and of course let me know if you found something which is like missing or whatever. Just give me feedback, please. Thanks.